Hello, my name is Todd and welcome to the Lyceum Weekly Update number 49 for the week of December 1st, 2014. Band of the week this week is 4-Play String Orchestra. They are, as the name suggests, string orchestra. They make some lovely music. It's not only classical, but it just incorporates like very post ideas and is very alternative, and the music just sounds goddamn incredible. It's running underneath this video, so if you like it, just click their name below and support them. They have a really awesome album out, and if you want to see them performing live, they are playing Saturday the 6th at Camelot Lounge in Marrickville. I had that moment where my mouth was like going for too long and started filling up with too much saliva, and I was like, Moving on to launches. From Wednesday the 3rd, there is a psychedelic rock and roll EP launch, and that is happening at the Oxford Art Factory in Sydney. It is $10 with Moses Gun Collective from Brisbane. As well as a gig that is full of Catholic and Gregorian chant type music. It is an album launch, and that is happening at St. Mary's Cathedral in Sydney, and it is entry by donation with Prima Luca. Then Thursday the 4th, there is a jazz CD launch happening at Foundry 616 in Ultimo. It is $22 with Rob E. Thomas. As well as a rock album launch at the Oxford Art Factory in Sydney. It is $8 with Sincerely Grizzly from Adelaide. You can also check out an indie rock album launch that is happening at the Valve Bar in Sydney with Rocking Chair and Shotgun. Lastly, for Thursday, an alternative soul EP launch, and that is happening at the Venue 505 in Surrey Hills. It is $21 with Michael Duchesne. Duchesne? I'm gonna go with Duchesne. Then Friday the 5th, there is an alternative jazz album launch at Foundry 616 in Ultimo. It is $22 with Elodie Sabler. No, I've completely messed up the name. I assume it is Elodie Sabler? Wait, that doesn't even sound right. Elodie Sabler. There is also a blues folk EP launch at the News Agency in Marrickville. It is $16 with Hayley Calvert from Brisbane. And lastly, for Friday, an alternative folk pop album launch at the Newtown Social Club in Newtown. It is $25 with Jane Tyrell from Melbourne. And Saturday the 6th, there is an indie post-rock single launch at the Brighton Up Bar in Darlinghurst. It is $10 with the Trotskys from Melbourne. Then lastly for Saturday, and lastly for launches, a jazz album launch at Foundry 616 in Ultimo. It is $17 with Frances Madden. Now on to special gigs. There is Friday the 5th with Redfern Markets. That starts at 4:30 PM. They're also going to be funk, reggae, roots type music. Big markets, as you would usually assume, just different shops to buy things at. You can enjoy some live music and just kind of get out into the sun, get some like vitamin D. And that is happening at the 107 Projects in Redfern, and the band that's playing is Roots Odyssey. Actually, if it's at 107 Projects, does that mean that's not an outdoor market, so you don't get vitamin D? That's cool. Just stay inside, you damn hermit. And Deja, who are a group that put on gigs every month, I think about once every month. They always pull together just some weird and wonderful type of bands. They're celebrating their 10th birthday, and they're doing so with alternative and psychedelic rock at Lazy Bones Lounge in Marrickville. It is $10. You can check out all these kind of bands. Ungus, Fuji Collective, Moztronics, Face Command, Sally Hackett, and Fag Panic. And all of those bands are weird and wonderful, and they're awesome. You really have to check them out. If not at the gig, just go onto the Lyceum and click their name, and it will go straight to their profile, where you can enjoy them and support and love And lastly for Friday, the Pits, which is usually a mixture of a rehearsal place and venue type thing. They are closing down after 8 long years of apparently not making money, but they're pulling together a farewell that is going across 3 days. It is entry by donation. The first day is full of punk rock. It is at the Pits in Marrickville. You can check out Draining Pool, Hannah Band, Mandate, Burlap, Yes I'm Leaving, and Nice Guys. Then Saturday the 6th, you can enjoy Ginger Fest, which is a whole heap of alternative punk and blues rock at the Factory Theatre in Marrickville. It is $28 to get in. It is a massive list of bands, but some of the bigger ones are the Snowdroppers, 28 Days, Bagster, Totally Unicorn. You can also check out some more national bands like Revelers from Canberra, Super Best Friends from Canberra, The Decline from Perth, High Time from Adelaide, and heaps more. Just click below, you can get the entire list. There is also a band having a final gig. It is alternative rock. It is free at the Old Manly Boat Shed in Manly. It is the final show for the Sidetracked Fiasco, and supporting them are the Archaic Revival and Icarus and Me. Now for day 2 of the Pits Farewell, it is still entry by donation. You can say farewell with a bunch of alternative rock bands still at the Pits in Marrickville. You can check out Blossom Mackenzie King, Sloppy Kiss Soiree, Boob Job, The Gascoigne Region, Lovely Head, Wolf Cola, and Little A. There is also an indie rock gig celebrating the launch of Pavement Records, and that is happening at the Sly Fox Hotel in Newtown. It is a free gig. You can check out a bunch of indie rockers like the Ruminators, Hearts from Melbourne, King Colour, Polar Heart, and M. George. Lastly, for Saturday, there is a gig starting at midday. It is a tribute to Dimebag Darrell, who was shot and killed 10 years ago, and they are celebrating with a bunch of metal bands, all of whom will be playing one Dimebag Darrell song in each of their sets. It is happening at Valve Bar in Sydney. It is $20. A big list of all different kinds of metal bands, considering it's starting at midday, like Enfiled, Terrorential, Atom Squad, Cryptic Scorn, Aternus Dominion, heaps more, Amora, just to add one more. Heaps more than that, just click the link, find them all out. Then Sunday the 7th, there is a folk, pop and world fundraiser for Weft Shop. They support refugee artisans primarily from Burma, and they are having their gig at the Camelot Lounge in Marrickville in the Django Bar. It is $48 with Miriam Lieberman. There is also an alternative rock and roll fest called Jitterfest 1. It is for Jitterfest Records, and they are celebrating at Captain Cook Hotel in Paddington. It is $5. You can check out bands like the Girl Fridas from Melbourne, the Nuclear Family, the Denim Clad Satanists, Piss Factory, Bad Vibes, and Stephanie Clare. You can also see some alternative rock, which is the second birthday for Frankie's Pizza by the Slice in Sydney. It is at Frankie's. It is a free gig with Cosmic Psychos from Melbourne, The Art, and Dead City Ruins from Melbourne. And finally, day 3 of the Pits' farewell. This time it is with metal and rock. Still entry by donation at the Pits in Marrickville. You can check out bands like Gravel Pit, Calypso, Ted Danson with Wolves, Infinity Broke, Sorcery, Peabody, and Totally Unicorn. Now onto news. Astral People, in conjunction with FBI Radio, have put together a documentary that looks at the underground scene of electronica in Sydney. It is a 16-minute documentary. It is titled Astral People, Our Own Identity. It looks at the managers of Astral People, also has a whole bunch of interviews with Rave Racer, Jonty, Rainbow Chan, Mike Hu, and Alba. They all talk about their appreciation for the group, and they also talk about the scene in general. If you want to check it out, it's up on YouTube, and you can click here in this handy little box, and you can go straight to it and check it out. Finally, for news, there is a group that consists of musicians, venues, a federal government body, and the City of Sydney Council. They have put forward an inquiry to the New South Wales government about the lockout laws that have been in place for a fair amount of time now, and they are citing reasons such as an MP who said that there were unintended side effects from the lockout laws coming in, negative ones, and they're also talking about the loss of culture, the loss of revenue, the loss of tourism, the loss to the economy and businesses that is happening to Sydney ever since the laws have come in. Apparently, an inquiry like this will be replied to in about a month's time by the New South Wales government, so it'll be interesting to see on this front where it's not just local businesses, it is also people involved in council and government telling them to look at these laws again. Hopefully there'll be a good response to it. Hopefully it will increase chances for something to happen, because right now it kind of seems like the idea is to put in the laws harder and tighter and expand them instead of realizing that they don't work and trying to fix that. And that is everything for this week. If you wanted to check out the gig guide, it is already up on the website, so go to www.thelyceum.com.au. You can see everything, every event is linked, every band is linked. It is easy to discover something new in a genre that you love. As per usual, on Wednesday, I'll be on Radio Northern Beaches, The Flip Side with Lachlan Wiley, 88.7 FM, 90.3 FM, or you can stream it through their website to talk about really cool gigs happening around Sydney, Northern Beaches, all for the rest of the week. I will also be on 2SER on Thursday, since it's the first Thursday of the month. I will talk about gigs that I've seen in the past month, cool gigs that are coming up in the next month that you should really check out. There's 107.3 FM, or you can stream it through a variety of different means. And then finally on Saturday, I'll be on Swar FM 99.9, The Muso Show, to talk about gigs happening that Saturday night, Sunday night, and a bit into the next week for the Inner and Outer West. And I believe that's it for my radio duties. Wait, no, damn, I thought I had that in one smooth go, but I didn't. So, times for these radio shows. Radio Northern Beaches, Flipside with Lachlan Wiley, that starts at 6:30 a.m. Then 2SER, The Band Next Door with Cameron, that starts at 10 p.m. And then finally the Muso Show, Swar FM, that starts Saturday at 2 p.m. Now with all of that out of the way, I will see you next Monday with another roundup of launches, special gigs, and news. Until then, be good.